Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is episode 834.1. Of course, this is Monday, so this is Weed Nerd World. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully, amazingly prosperous start to your week. Trying to get my chats all popped out and lined up. Bring it over here so I can look in the right direction. Let's probably minimize this here screen. What's up? Check the light. Please. Further for my vintage. Cheers to you. Back over here, get this screen where it should be. Kaka, what is up, Mr. Martial Artist? I was talking about you earlier this evening. What's up, Mr. Bud E Kilowatts? Brett Anderson. What's up with you, brother? Get my little, I guess, silly things done here. WEedNerdWorld. Some of my description stuff taken care of. What's up, Billy Herb? Can't believe Let's Be Bud scooped me on your interview, but cheers. Hopefully that will be a good one for you, brother. Door's always open. What the fuck you guys smoking? I need to quit asking you guys and roll my own shit, right? What's up, Mr. Smiley's Garden? Popping in. Jake Patrick. A Nova. Green grape if I missed you. What's up? Jake 5. Yeah, let Mrs. Smiley in. Dudley Dawson. Up.
Oh man, how you doing?
Up, Mr. Smiley. How you doing?
Doing well. Monday, TGIM, baby.
Nice. Need to fucking roll when I'm behind. I'm behind on my rolling game this evening.
This is a problem, sir.
This is a problem.
I just finished rolling. It's funny, I pull out a bunch and then grind up enough to roll like 4, 5, 6 joints, whatever. Sometimes it's just like, I'm gonna do it.
I don't know why. I used to roll more joints like that. I don't know why I do these days. Like road joints, like you're saying, roll 4 or 5 at a time. You got a nice big grinder though, don't you? You still use that it's like hand size, right?
I don't know. I got that one. Yeah, basically your the fucking talking shit with Eagle, the FTS, the initials one. That one fit perfect on it, but now I gotta whack it. I whack it all the time.
Oh yeah. That's right. You did get the new grinder. That's super cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's the lazy man shits, but whatever. It works good. The only problem is when the fucking the little chain inside there, it's like them little peg and ball kind of chains or whatever. But when those break, like when they break, you got to replace them. Well, the replacement is a snap into a plastic piece, so it's like a little metal ball that you snap into this. So when they break, you got nothing to pull on. Like it's hard as fuck to get the little ball out when they break. It's like, so one, I should send them one like upgrade or something for the future is like make that so it's like a little screw set that holds that shit in versus having it snap in place. You know what I mean? 'Cause you could, and then you can unscrew it, take the thing out, put the new one in, screw it back down, tighten it. Boom, done. Done.
Sounds right, man. Sometimes, a great idea, some people do miss some things, just little things like that to where you don't think about the chain breaking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Um, well, I mean, they get replacement ones and whatever. They're a little more money than I thought they would be, but I think I can just go to the local hardware and buy the same fucking chain for probably $1 or something, where they're charging like 10, $15 for this little piece of chain. It's funny, though.
How was your weekend?
That was good, man. We hung out with the grandson over and got some shit done around the house. Over.
Was
Kind
it
of a lazy Sunday. I took a long nap Sunday.
Nothing wrong with a nap, man. I had one today, man. I was like, yeah, nothing to do. Fucking getting a nap.
Yeah.
I've been that way my whole life. And by the way, that's not just old age for those of you who want to throw me under the bus like that. It's not just old age. I've always enjoyed, even in my earlier years, if I had time for a nap, I was taking that nap. Why not?
Yeah. I was kind of the opposite. I was always forced to take naps as a kid and shit. So I got used to skipping them. You know what I mean?
Smoking some Bruce Banner, Mr. Brett Anderson this evening.
I just smoked the Ghost OG, which is one you got, I think.
Yes, it is. You can see, let's see here, the Ghost is back a row or so. I think it's the one second back from the dresser there. Number two, but you know what you probably would like to see, which maybe here after a bit or whatever, I'll fire up a phone if you want to look or whatever. But that girl dead center in the middle front row there is your high Mac or the Sky Cuddler times the Mac one. Or is that what that was?
Max number.
Yep, the Mac Stomper. There we go.
Yeah, it's the max number to the Sky.
She's looking pretty good, pretty bushy. You can see her back there. Sometimes it comes in a little better when I lean back or whatever. But
Those should have a nice structure to them. They grew pretty vigorous.
yeah, definitely looking good. And that peanut butter and jelly breath is coming along well. I've got
I was gonna say, I forgot which ones I gave you, other than that they were a disappointment to you.
none of them were.
That's the only thing I remember about it.
None of them were disappointment. Damn.
They were giving me shit because I didn't give you the Smileys, Angels cuts or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for, really. But them are some winners. I'm not disappointed by any means. That's for sure. You know, just got to do the work myself. Pick out the ones out of the case. It's not like I don't have them. You have
Right.
supplied me with about everything.
You got them in seed. You didn't need them. You already had them.
Just being lazy about it. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I actually had cut them all, so yeah, I'm trying to get through all these Jack Skillington crosses. Got some Jack of Diamonds looking super frosty.
She's stinky already. Already in veg. I mean, I can smell flour in here. You know what I mean? That kind of like smell when I come in here already, and nothing's like even close to like, that. Well, they could be flipped, no doubt. But they stink. They smell nice.
I always make note of that, man. If there's a smelly one in veg, it's something to kind of put a little star next to that one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just to keep an eye on it, just little asterisks and by that name right there.
I'm really enjoying the what is it, the eagle Knievel.
Oh yeah, it's great.
um yeah, from Seymour Cuts there. That thing's impressive. That one's another one impressive. I know, pretty loud. I like the structure of it as well. So I'm happy with everything that's in there right now. You know what I mean? There's nothing in there that I'm like, oh yeah. No, I'm expecting good things to everything back there. And so a couple more things in the back row need to be up potted. Fuck, there's probably about
They look like they like
probably
the
about eight
transplant.
back there that need to be up potted a little.
Looks like they like the transplant though. Looking green back there.
Oh yeah. They definitely happy. They since I've been, that's I haven't, the heart hasn't been in it a whole lot, but man, since I brought it in back, moved things around and have been playing a little bit, it's like I literally put my fingers back in the dirt, man. The other day, you should have seen me. I was giddy. I was fucking giddy transplanting. I literally couldn't fucking. I had, yeah, it was, yeah. It's been a good week, 2 weeks to have this back in here, a little bit more in my face. You know what I mean? Not the, fucking back in the corner out of the, you know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind almost. But so it looks like there is going to be another little flower area. I think I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this like this. This will be on the veg on deck still.
It's not gonna be too long. You're gonna be like turning sideways to walk down a hall between two tents and shit to get to a closet or something.
That's we're all kind of guilty a little bit
He's
of
like, yeah, it's
that.
already kind of there.
I
You
mean,
moved the fridge already, so you're good.
I fucking that shit, man. It's like that though. I mean, I think most growers are like that. Anything they move around, fucking. I was, yeah. You just like, here's a space. Oh, that's big enough for a veg. I can throw a little light in there. Fucking, that's my little clone area now. Boom. Fucking, next thing you know, that area gets a little bit bigger, and you got a little clone area now, and fuck, there was at one point, I am not lying to you, Smiley, when I was making like the transition from what I had, the big old grow above me there and then the wood shop underneath. I was started to like I had one area of my big old, I had a 4x12 workbench that was all on wheels that I would push outside when I wanted to work outside or whatever. But I had an end of that was roughly 2 feet by 3 feet long. That I lined the edges of that, took everything out of that, fucking lined it all with foil, and that was my fucking real like first clone area right there. Just shut it up and fucking then everything went from there upstairs. But yeah, I think we all just we have extra space at some point. Go, mm, mm, I can squeeze something in there. The family permitted. No. I mean, sometimes that's not feasible, but it doesn't mean it isn't on our minds, right?
I was gonna say I didn't expand because, like, yeah, my room's pretty low, landlocked a little bit, but yeah, we did get a big house plant section upstairs now. Jessica's been putting that all together, so she's got quite the collection of little house plants now. So pretty cool.
Succulents or what's up there?
snake plants, a spider plant.
Pothos. You got some golden pothos up there. I mean, what are some other good snake plants? Are good.
It's not fair because I just bought her 5 of them because they look pretty and they didn't have tags or nothing on them, so we don't really know what they are quite. So.
There's some amazing house plants that are like detoxifiers, take out all the bad shit in here and fucking, you know what I mean? Plants are known for that anyway, but there's some specifically that just eats up your natural nasty house air gases and shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to start some of the elephant ear ones for her. So those are the ones that I know clean up the house. Or I think the snake plants do too pretty good.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, there's the world of exotic plants is every bit as there's grow videos just like ours. They have communities just like ours. You know what I mean? Cult followings, they want that fucking variation of that patos. They're just like cuts to us. You know what I mean? Give me a cut. I want a cut of that bitch. You know what I mean? I'm gonna add that to my collection. House plants is every bit as serious as the cannabis game, just a different community. That's for sure. Like air plants, it's yeah.
There was I came home the other day and she had 2 new cuttings and she ran into some lady that I don't know, she had to go in her house and she had this whole wall of different house plants too, and they were geeking out because they're and then she ended up getting a couple cuttings from her ones she didn't have. Because who cares, right? You just clip it, here you go. Like, now you got it. You know?
Yeah. They fucking sue some of them, and the market for them bitches is crazy.
Oh yeah.
You fucking succulents are easy as fuck to propagate, and I tell you what, if you got some extra time and a fucking some kind of a crafts fair, farmers market, that's them fuckers go for 10, 20, $30 to be like, fuck, we're talking about house plants. You know how much they are. They can be up there. Fuck, man. And yeah, there's definitely a market for all that shit. I wish we had that opportunity to where we could just go set up the farmers market. You know what I mean? Table full of cuts and shit. Here you go. I have $5 a piece. I got all kinds.
Yeah, some of them real big house plants go for a lot of money too, man. The elephant ear ones, they get a lot of money. And I was looking at getting one that was like, I don't know, it was like a juvenile. So it sprouted and it had like 1 leaf and whatever. It was just a little baby one. I'm like, oh yeah, checking it out, you know, looking around at even that one was like $70 fucking dollars. It was like, holy shit. Like, yeah, so found some seeds of it. I think I'm gonna, they're bulbs, I guess they are. See if I can get one going.
And then there's fucking some of them motherfuckers that don't even bloom. Well, we were talking I wasn't doing much talking, but I was doing some listening as best I could as I faded in and out Friday while you guys were talking with Mr. Trump there, Chris Trump, about the plants that only fucking, you know what I mean, flower few times in their lifetime, once every 5 years or something like that. And it's like they're like stoked about it. You know what I mean? It's a pretty big deal, man. Fucking
Yeah, that orchid he had was phenomenal, dude. It was super gorgeous. And I forget how long he said they were, his mom or somebody was working on it. But
I was so bummed about fucking Friday, man. I tried. Fucking kicked that shit off, but yeah, I missed out on a good conversation. Every time I went to jump in, I fucking faded out.
I will say, man, Chris was cool as fuck because, yeah, he was all relaxed and chill the whole time and wasn't in a rush, nothing. Like, wasn't, he just kept saying, you don't got to apologize to me, man. I've had internet problems too, or whatever. And then he was like, well, I got the time. We're going to fucking smoke one and talk for a minute. So then, he just hung out and we just all smoked one and he fucking talked for like, shit, I bet it was an hour, dude, hour and a half. We chilled and talked with us, just fucking off air. Like didn't care, man. He was like, whatever. It was cool.
Yeah, that he is a very nice guy, and I was
Yeah,
all that. Your guys' time is time. And I was like, man, fuck this sucks. But he was nice enough to agree to come on back for another episode. You know me, I don't want to indulge too much, but I think we got a pretty good little playlist coming up, the next few episodes of some good shit.
yeah. Wow, he was talking about some shit too. That was like, I don't know. We got something. I forget how that happened. We were talking about the fucking electric culture and antennas in the ground and shit. Getting his thoughts on that, and then he started talking about some other shit that was like, whoa. But yeah, I don't want to mention or whatever, but it was like some shit that they were working on. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. I wish I could have been more, but I was in it all. I was trying. Yeah, I was just whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
Concentrate on the good things, right?
it happens. Okay, he was totally cool about coming back too. He was like, well, we'll talk about
Didn't
it.
even didn't even miss a beat about it. I don't know.
No, I really respect him for that. It was cool.
Yeah, I respect people that have that kind of attitude too. So yeah, definitely look forward to the next ones. Minnesota Nice was a fun episode.
Fuck, dude, I hope he jumps on one of these. I was just like you. I wanted to talk to that dude for a while too, man. He was definitely one of the first people that kind of kicked me into the whole aloe and clone and shit. Um,
Definitely a smart dude for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's cool as fuck.
it's hard to have a life and push do the whole public thing. You know what I mean? Social media public thing. It can have its weight, so I can understand taking a break from time to time. I was definitely glad to see him active again. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a great source of information for sure.
yeah, it gets vicious sometimes out, and had like quite a few times this. You know what I mean? Be like, whatever, dude. It's fucking keyboard warrior shit. You know?
Right. I can't wait to start flowering. I just can't wait.
I can't wait for you to start flowering. I'm excited.
I
I'm
come in here
826 right now. Looking sweet. I'm excited about it.
come in here all the time and just tell them how good they look. You guys look so nice. I'm so glad to see you guys in here. I do though. I hate having glasses again though. They're dirty. Glasses are always dirty.
Mine are old enough too. They're always dirty.
I wonder how my eyeballs stay clean. How my eyeballs aren't always gunked up as much shit that builds up on my glasses.
It's the eye boogers you wake up with, ain't it? That's what cleans them, right?
I guess. So I watched a video the other day. Well, it was a comedian, to be honest with you, who was also a runner. And he was talking about running on mushrooms. And I thought, I
Yeah,
want,
I think I sent you that reel where the dude was like he was running through time and like he was fucking getting chased by a dinosaur and shit. And it's like uh,
yeah, I
it
was like,
was way more adventure of a run.
I've got all the ingredients around here. Nice forest trail. Yeah, I'm like, thank you for that. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying that sometime soon.
I bet
Hopefully,
it would do wonders too, because you figure you're circulating your blood so much, you know what I mean, when you're running, your whole circulatory system's going. I wonder if that would just really flush it through you really fast, like if it hit you hard and then drop off, or you know what I mean? Like because it's gonna be pumping through your kidney and liver or whatever is filtering that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I just wonder how that would be. Because isn't that yeah, Paul Stamets recommends that taking that niacin or B5 or B12 or whatever it is, that niacin, because it like opens your veins and it brings all the shit to like all the ends of your bodies better. It probably would be the same running, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Too much niacin's bad for you, from what I've seen. It can be, you can reach toxic levels with the niacin.
Yeah, you get like flush or like red in the face and shit.
Well, I think that goes that goes with anything. Any fucking too much is too much, right?
Yeah, you have to let us know how that goes. See which adventure you're on.
I've already got the area picked out and everything. It's somewhere where I've already been, mushrooming, if you will.
Turn into turn into Super Mario while you're running and shit.
I've never done it, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try. That's all I know. Better in the woods than down the road. I can tell you that. I thought about that. I'm like, I don't think I just want to like just munch and then just head on down, the normal trail. I think this is something, yeah, that needs to be done on a trail. No,
Yeah, it has to be someplace you're potentially going to get lost.
oh yeah, GPS. I usually run with a GPS anyway.
Oh.
I just don't want to be spooked and run out into traffic. What the hell is that? Just like beeline into the road and shit. You know what I mean? Beeline into a field all day long.
Yeah. That was the same guy too. He had another little skit he was talking about. He was kind of dogging on microdosing. He was like microdosing. Like, what is that? Like, do just a little bit so I can be a better worker for the man. He's like, fuck that shit, man. We need to do heroic fucking doses. He was kind of funny with that. He was like, whatever happened to the old school hippies, man? Like, take a little bit so you can work better. What the fuck?
So we'll see where that goes. It definitely, the whole concept interests me. I mean, not just, duration. They are great for energy overall, but just focus, you know what I mean? To just kind of let what everything else is going on and just kind of let your mind drift a little bit as you run, kind of get into like I mean, you get in there long enough anyway, you kind of already reach that state, man, like a almost meditative, like, but I can imagine with the mushrooms, man, you can check out and I imagine go, holy shit, man, I just fucking ran fucking the whole fucking thing, man. It's been like 5 minutes and shit, man. Just get lost in your head and just yeah, that's what I kind of see out of it. To be honest with you, it's just yeah, maybe the time warp thing a little bit. You know what I mean? Just
I could see that. I mean, how long, like, if you go a marathon, like, what is that going to be? That's like running for what, 4.5 hours or something?
I'm
5 hours?
hoping I'm hoping by the time I get there, brother, and don't hold me to this, and this is like my personal like, behind, I'm hoping for like 3 hours. Realistically, I right now I say four. Well, I'm improving all the time. So I in my head months ago, I thought, yeah, well, I did the crim last year in an hour and 28 minutes, which wasn't a great time. That's 10 miles. So I figured twice, a little bit of improvement. That's 3 hours. You know what I mean? That's what, good, a little bit of, so I'm hoping, three-ish, you know what I mean, is what I'm ultimately we would like to see. 4 hours, I think I can do it. I'm running like I ran the other
Fucking
day.
insane, dude. You're just talking about running 4 hours. Yeah, I could run for 4 hours. What the fuck?
I ran. It wasn't treadmill or whatever. I took off yesterday down the road and fucking ran 11.2 miles. And
I had
I
a hard time walking for 4 hours straight.
felt like I had at least another mile or two in me when I came back, but then I hit my goal. I didn't. I'm trying to be wise. I'm not trying to hurt myself. I'm trying to make my strides and move on. But man, I'm nervous a little. I looked at that next race. It's supposed to be like one of the bigger races in Michigan. And that last race was there was some fucking the last two have been some pretty decent competition. But man, I looked at the last year's results of the Bay City race and wow,
Fast fuckers in there.
wow. I mean, you ain't even in the top 100 if you're not cracking 8 minutes.
Per mile, 8 minutes per mile.
Yeah, yeah. Last year's winner did it in like 5 minutes and 3 seconds per mile.
You got to run pretty good pace to get 8 minutes a mile, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not slow jog or nothing. It's
no. That's a pretty good, later end of the run, full out run. You know what I mean? 5 minutes is definitely a full on run. You know what I mean? But yeah, and 8 minutes is no joke. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's my goal for this one. I've hit as low as 8:22 in a race, but I'm now training at better numbers, and I'm hoping that being in that crowd and like them like literally I don't care about moving forward. I was saying this to Angel yesterday. That's in my mind. I was when I'm like I don't care necessarily about passing anybody. I don't want anybody passing me. So I don't know who the fuck's behind me, what's behind me. I just don't know. I don't want it to come by me. You know what I mean? So I'm holding my ground and I'm pushing the whole time. So, the adrenaline rush, I think I can 8 minutes. If I can do 8 minutes, this whatever place I take, because there is like all events, there's overall male, female, and sometimes, well, they do break it down who took what in age divisions, but there's not always awards for that. You know what I mean? This event, I do believe there is for first through third, and all the, you know what I mean, breakdowns. But as long as I hit that mark, I don't really give a fuck what I place right now. This is all about, endurance and improving for the overall, goal. These are all just
against you, is what you're saying.
yeah,
You're trying to improve yourself, better your next score. I like it.
yeah. It's
How
just
far is this one? Did you say it was going to be?
this is a shorty. These are two shorties. So this would be 8K, 6 miles, and then it follows. I'm doing the double. So like an hour later, I turn around. I'm running a 5K, another 3 miles. So there's two races, and I signed up for a double. Signed up for a double this round to even it out a little bit.
Since they're short ones, I feel like you should have some extra challenge to it. You got to run backwards for 1 mile or something.
Well, that's what I'm feeling good about. See, now that's where this 8 minute thing comes into play. All right. See, now most of the time when I'm training, I'm trying to do the distance and trying to, work on time. When I get to the events, I almost shave a full minute off of what I'm like fucking off and training at. So if I and like them numbers are good right now. So and then I'm doing the distance. If I can fucking run 11 miles, I should be able to fucking run 5 as fast as I can fucking run it. You know what I mean? I should be. There's no fucking reason I'm seeing right now I can't break that. So that's my goal is again keeping the endurance up and these small little fuckers
Just
really
get through those. You're just gonna run those not in your pace, just a little harder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run as hard as I can on these little guys and fucking try to overall improve my stride on speed.
I like it.
That's Learning, everyone's learning. I've learned something from every fucking event, Smiley. I've taken something away from every one of them. You know, I should have done this. I should have,
Well, when you said that about the crowd being a big crowd, that kind of put in my head that, like, yeah, I mean, you can go out and run on your own, right? You start your stopwatch and you take off running, but in a big crowd, they let it go with a big horn and everybody's running through the gate. Like, you're fucking trying to shuffle through people like you're at the mall. You know what I mean? Like, trying. Like,
yeah, you can
you're gonna
definitely
go
get stuck
faster. I
there
mean, some
for a
people are
minute.
slower. You know.
The
How,
last trail run, I actually, because it was like two-way on the trail there, and I had some people coming this way. I had some slow people up on my right, so I kind of like what through like the trees and around them, versus trying to stop or whatever. But yeah, sometimes you can get stuck in a slow pocket, and you're like, "Where the fuck am I going now?" That's for sure.
yeah, so that I bet that's a different challenge. And how do they determine who gets to start up by the you know what I mean? I mean, obviously the person
That's
takes
you.
off, then five
Well,
four.
they kind of group you. If it's a bigger race, they group you because right before when you sign up, you register. They want to know roughly what your projected pace is. So if on the bigger races like the Crim, they were like they lined you up 8:40, 8.5 minutes. You're in B group. You're in this group, and they kind of lined you up that way to clean it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
And you're
So
running with people roughly your same pace,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So you don't have to blow by the slower crowd or whatever. This is going to be a bigger one. This one, I think, I looked at it. I think I'm expecting like 1,000 racers for this in particular, the bigger race and shit like that. So this one's no joke, man. It's a lot of fucking people, and it's like it's supposed to be a pretty big event.
Oh yeah.
I've already traveled, man. I've already seen 5 fucking towns fucking running like this already in Michigan, man.
I was just thinking that too. You're gonna cover a lot of land, and you'll see parts of the town that probably ain't gonna be on the normal route. Maybe I don't know. Like,
That ran through Frankenbooth. I thought I've never been down that area. I never even knew fucking Frankenbooth had hills until I ran down that road. So yeah, you do see some shit. You don't ever fucking see it. Shit. Oh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be fun. You know, again, whatever. Yesterday was a beautiful day for a run. Nice warm. I can't wait for a weather break. I'm so glad. I heard a couple people today, older folks, yeah, should be winter. I miss the snow. And I'm like, I don't. I know. This is a blessing. Stop complaining.
so I just was looking in chat. Jim is asking about moving heat reduction from moving um, the drivers outside.
I had seen that. Thank you for addressing that. I would say about 5%, something like that, 3 to 5% of the heat. Some ballasts are
Isn't
more
that where a majority of the heat is? Is that
the ballast.
On the LED lights, right? The
Oh
drivers,
yeah.
the LED lights. That's like where it generates the heat.
Some panels are hotter than others. You wouldn't believe how much just the 600 with there's no ballast in that. That thing heats this room pretty good. But yeah, that's where the majority of the heat comes from. But I would say by pulling them out overall, you're only going to see like maybe a low
Yeah.
3 to 5% heat reduction overall, especially with today's ballasts, man. They don't, man, they put out heat, but there's nothing that like the old digital ballasts or fucking magnetic ballasts and shit. You could heat a room with an old couple fucking magnetic ballasts and shit back in the day. Them fuckers were high. You couldn't even fucking touch them. But these ones, most of them today aren't that bad. I mean,
I had the digital ballast. That was like when I first was getting mine. That was the hot ticket. Then it's the new digital ballast. So I already had the big iron clad ones that you were talking about. So, The digital one was quiet and cooler and hard, solid state or whatever.
And then that's a funny thing too. I mean, if we're gonna sit there and talk about heat and all that, I mean, if we're running LEDs, you know, in my opinion, that in my all my fucking experience, which I've had a lot of fucking experience with LEDs, that area needs to be 80, 85. It isn't that sweet old spot of 70, 75 that you wanted to run back in the day with HPS. That room, that area needs to be a little bit hotter, right? And that heat for me during flower I don't flinch at that, in a time. I
Yeah.
don't know. So I think that rooms actually need to be a little bit warmer. And as we both know, I mean, during the colder months, man, it can be a struggle to keep your room that warm with LEDs, man.
I have a heater in there. I put one of those heat exchangers, I guess they're called, but they're the hot oil heaters. But I got one of those in there, so it just keeps the room at a kind of similar temp. So like lights off temp in there is like 76, 77. And then as the lights come on, it'll creep up to like 83, 84, sometimes 85. So I'm only getting I'm not getting that much heat from them lights, like really. But I say that as I was like fighting to try to figure out putting in extra cooling and all that shit when I had the HPS, and you got the vented hoods, you got the whole fucking venting system running through the hoods and shit. And like you got a fan running that, you got fucking never enough AC to keep it cool enough. And
LEDs have definitely changed the game in the way you grow, style anyway. You know, there is a difference in run, that's for sure. That sweet spot, that intensity, way different. And we've kind of talked about this on different shows. You know what I mean? Fucking but that light to me, it penetrates way different. It's not just the spectrum itself. I think it penetrates way different, just like a laser pointer. You know what I mean? Intensity of those beams of light coming down there are supercharged when they hit in that plant. So that when what even the lightest little bit of leaves that get it are getting tons and tons of energy out of that shit, and they penetrate deeper. You know what I mean? We were even talking about that the other day with medically fit when we were talking about the rainforest and shit. If there is light powerful enough, like the LiDAR light man can generate that can penetrate through the canopy of the trees and all that and tell us what's on the fucking ground, you know what I mean? Penetrate through everything. You don't think the sun, some of that supercharged sunlight doesn't carry some of that effect where it's like right through everything, blind to our eye, fucking hitting the ground.
I've
Yeah.
had discussion on this where they've recognized that there's photons that are actually feeding biology down further than we ever thought. And there was some idea that possibly plants were somehow transmitting a photon down through the roots to feed them too, like that. But it was kind of crazy shit. I don't have any references on it, but it was a talk I heard a guy was talking about. But yeah, definitely, man, that whole spectrum. I mean, the shaded part is still getting some light, you know what I mean? Like even if it's got, but each, like you talk about the rainforest, like there are parts of that that don't, they say don't receive much light, direct sunlight or whatever. So, but I don't know how true any of that is either.
I'm saying there on these LEDs that we're seeing now, that some of these are so fucking strong that just the way we grow, like the undergrowth of all that shit, fucking that plant is getting every bit utilizing all that light.
I don't think there's such thing as wasted light with the LEDs for some reason.
And it was a good point about the temperature because that actually hit me up in my own room just this fall. Like the temps dropped or whatever, and it fucking the plants didn't look right. They were just sick. It wasn't a nutrition thing. It wasn't anything. It was bringing the room, focus on the environment first. That room wasn't hot enough. Brought the temps up, and it fucking changed the world for them. All the plants in the room.
So what do you think that is with, as like I was saying, HPS, metal highlight, them lower temperatures, keeping that fucking root zone. Even, I mean, all of it, I guess, changes. As you're saying, so above, so below, it's got to have that much of effect because, even back then, my same kind of mindset. You don't want that root zone anymore over 65. Gonna get fucking pathogens and shit. That fucker gets too hot and shit like that. So it's always kind of a mindset of keeping the roots of the medium somewhat chilly, not getting it too hot. And now you know what I mean. Now hotter rooms and everything's okay.
I think it has to do with that leaf temperature. So the other HBS lights were kicking out enough to heat to keep that leaf temperature hot. So we were always like blowing fans and shit and AC, cool air over the leaves to try to keep them cool. And then on the opposite side, I think the LEDs don't heat them up as much, so you actually have to control that more of the room temperature than you would before.
The temperature definitely has been a factor here. On the other side of this, man, it's definitely a chilly area and has been part of like the slower growth. When I put them over here and even warmed them up, put them even on a chillier, just as chilly a floor in a warmer room, things definitely took off a lot quicker. But one thing I've noticed through like these chillier processes with these last few goes, I've had chilly areas. This last in here, this other room, big time. So I'm seeing a lot of purpling. You know what I mean in the leaves. That natural fucking purpling in the leaves, not in the stems, but it trying to protect itself. That you know what I mean, natural purple. And what I've seen in that is, man, even after like me coming in that space or taking that plant into another area, whatever, all those purple leaves or anything that's got that purple in it, is extra cold. Like it not only fucking, it's we know we know that purpling is an effort to try to keep itself warm, but I can't help but wonder if like anything else, man, like layers. You know what I mean? If it doesn't grab that cold after a point, just fucking hold it there. You know what I mean? Because like, there could be green leaves right next to that purple leaf, and that purple leaf was fucking hand on cold. Green leaf warm, purple leaf cold. Green leaf, you know what I mean? Side by side, been in the room, same room for the longest time. The purple one's definitely chillier every time.
I've never noticed that, and I guess I never had a real purple leaf like you're talking, but like I know the pyrometer was the one way I was using to check the rows of plants. Was like you could quickly go, you get an idea of ambient temp, and then you get an idea of what the average temp is, and you see it bouncing between 80 and 82, and all of a sudden, bam, it's 87 or some shit. Like you check that plant. That's like that was the fast way to go through a number of plants. So I don't know if you had a purple one in there, also maybe they'd throw a curveball into that.
Yeah. That cold spot. Fucking yeah. That well was cold too, man. I took that fucking tent was against the door. Pulled that tent out of there And man, there you could fucking literally see fucking daylight around that door. I was like, no fucking wonder these bitches are struggling. Holy shit. We gotta fix this. We gotta fix this.
Yeah, that wasn't good. No, the I'd have to look into it again, but I remember so like anthocyanins are in a group of uh other they're called carotenoids, and so it's like the oranges and reds and shit too. It includes all that with the anthocyanin. It's like purple. But I remember those things functioning in some way too, where they were somehow kind of dealing with like a free electron that would happen from cases like where you would have like oversaturation of light, and then the leaves are just like overloaded, you know what I mean? So that somehow was burning away the extra free radical that was forming from that excessive amount of photons. So that I don't remember that was being one response, and I know the other response was so with temperature, because the other way that I remember that molecule would deal with that free radical was like a reaction that would actually release heat. So it was kind of like metabolism in a way, to where it was. And I always remember thinking that that was why they turned purple. It was like, oh yeah, shit, that's like them trying to warm up. Like that's their like, you know what I mean, cells for warming up or whatever. But
Works both ways.
Look back at that again.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I don't know if you remember or not. I talk a lot of shit that doesn't seem to be remembered. But purpling. So what I've noticed in purpling and what you're kind of talking about right there is I notice a darker purpling in the upswing, or when it's trying to, if that plant has the potential to purple or whatever, use that as in its tool case. I've seen way darker purples trying to deal with heat in that plant versus now dealing with the colder side of things. So like a lighter purple versus for colder temperatures, way darker purple in heat is what I've noticed in purple strains in what you're saying right there, that swing. So any purple strain that I've seen deal with extreme heat has went dark. Any purple strain that I've seen deal with colder issues goes to more of a lighter purple. You know what I mean? That's my experience with plants that have the purple.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is that what you've noticed, or is that what line up with what you've heard?
I don't fuck with the purples too much. Like even the whole like getting the room cold and shit, like that's happened. I've seen the effect, but I haven't really like made it a goal. For, um, and
Well,
purple
I've only
haven't really been a thing either. Like some of them I got, like peanut butter and jelly breath will turn kind of a purple at the end, but it's not really like through its life cycle, it's not ever purple, like throwing big purple leaves and shit. I kind of want. I mean, I'd love to see one. I've never really even seen a fucking full on purple plant like that, where it's in veg and it's fucking purple. Like, everything I've seen, yeah, it fades to purple as as it's fading out or whatever.
oh, these girls look like they were going through the full senescence. And the dark edges, like purple, they were pretty, but it was definitely cold damage. They were trying to stay warm. But
Mostly them purple strains are out there though. I mean, where they're like a dark color, even in veg and shit. I'm not sure the benefits of it all, but like, it's cool. I think it's cool as fuck.
yeah, I've never been too hip on the more purple weed myself. We talked about that a lot. It doesn't carry the same effects for me. And whatever that comes with that serious purple just doesn't bring a heavy high that I like, or a lasting high. It can taste good. enjoyable to smoke. Would I want it to be my everyday? Is it good to, it's always good to smoke, throw at people when you want to wow with a little bit of flavor, but it's just never been my complete, I smoke too much weed. I like to be like literally just fucking whacked with a good joint. Just, oof, wow. I
I was,
shouldn't have done all that.
I was even thinking like the purple punch doesn't even really. It does kind of fade to purple, like, but it's still not really like doesn't veg purple, like it's still green and veg.
Jack's strain there. His fucking his velvet punch there purpled out nicely in flower. But that's there where I noticed a lot of the darker propylene was setting that bad boy out. Didn't have no more room for it. One of them I wanted to re-veg, but seeing that upswing in the darker purples. It's just trying to re-veg and all that. Dealing with the summer heat, taking it out of the cooler grow room, throwing it out on the back deck to go, okay, whatever happens.
Shit, this year they'd be fucking loving it, man. Killing it today.
It was beautiful today. But I don't know.
I'm gonna plant some carrots, man. I'm all anxious for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pulling up the weeds and shit off the bed and getting it all prepped because carrot seeds, you gotta line them up, trying to. Not gonna snap lines or nothing, but like, eyeball it and get them close.
Right now.
They do have them things where they're like a fucking, you just plop it down and it like puts the holes right in the soil or whatever. And then you drop the seeds in, cover them over. Do it by square foot.
So are you gonna do a little like the canna makes thing and do a little bit of variety? Are you gonna have you ever even ate a fucking purple carrot? Carrots naturally used to be purple. They were only orange from selection.
I tried to grow the colored ones like that. Now I didn't get any purple ones that I remember. Yeah. They tasted just like carrots, the white ones and yellow and shit. I don't know the difference between them. This year I got the nice, they're like a market garden type. Napoli was the one carrots, and then the other ones are Romance, I think, is the one I got.
It'd be nice to land on a plot of land somewhere where I got a big enough hunk to put an outside garden. I do miss growing my own food, and it's been fuck. Let's see here. I moved north in late 16, so I left my last garden. It landed in 16. So yeah.
Supreme grapes, so they're super easy. I haven't had easy luck with them, man. I suck at carrots for some reason.
Man, at one point, Smiley, oh, this makes me smile. This does. I hope somewhere, I'm finding more and more devices, which I could show you right now. I could go in the other room. I found one of my pens with phones. You think I'm bad with like holding on to my lights? I found phones that dated back to probably 2000. Flip phones, first generation touch screens, but I'm finding more and more pictures shit like that is.
I like rid of them. The batteries are gonna blow up or some shit, right?
Fucking too funny though, just too funny. So at one point in that time there, when I was living downstate, I had made a topsy-turvy pole, which was it looked like an old signpost. So I took a 4x4 and every fucking 3 feet I would put a cross. Right, there's a camera on it. So I could hang topsy-turvy on it. Then I'd go up another few feet and I'd turn and I'd fucking put another cross post so I'd have topsy-turvy. And then it went up another few feet and then it went another direction, so another topsy turvy could hang. And they're all tomato plants, so it was fucking a 12-foot long high topsy turvy. It was just a carousel of topsy turvies.
I was like, what the fuck is a topsy turvy? But that's that upside down fucking tomato, right?
Yeah, I grew
Right.
cucumbers in that bitch. I grew all kinds of things in the topsy turvies. I had a stack of them that I fucking found at some fucking dollar store at one point. I like bought a shitload of them, and I thought about trying to grow some weed in there, but I never fucking grew weed topsy turvy. But I had a lot of them, and I grew a lot of fucking tomatoes on them. But it was cool. It was like right outside, like you could go outside my back door, boom, 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 4 steps, just this massive topsy turvy. Fucking, you walk up, get cherry tomatoes, fucking just fucking yeah. It was pretty neat. But
It was so nice out today. I was cutting up in my tomato patch. I had the French weave or whatever, so I was cutting all the string down and shit. Like a rookie, I sliced right into my finger, dude. Like I hadn't even touched scissors or something. Like just sliced right into it.
I did a rookie move the other day, and thankfully, I caught it quicker than possible, and I've only done this twice. Once very young, and the other day I didn't. I don't fucking. I was like idiot. I was like, yeah, you guys didn't see that, did it? Where I was drilling something and had my hand.
Oh,
I've got a finger one time, and
oh.
I got it. I could just feel it starting to punch through, and I pulled my hand back, but it definitely got just a little circle. I was like, you guys didn't see that, did it? Good.
That's cringeworthy shit.
Yeah.
No, I definitely know I'm not gonna go with injuries on the job stories with you. You got me covered up.
Oh, I definitely. I was telling Miss Angel about that the other day. I was like, some point, I've always wanted to just sit down and see my medical record. If it would, I know it's impossible. Would you think it would be possible these days? With the digital records, but I'd love. Yeah, it would be like. I've done it. I did it the other day, man. Yesterday. I think we talked about this before. It's weird how your body has different phases. So different skin qualities at different times, and it seems to only last like whatever, briefly a day. Yesterday, I looked at some of this little bit of skin that isn't tattooed, and I was like, I could see scar, 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 scar. To where like some days, man, I don't fucking see them, but there's some days, man, I can just see like every one of them. And yesterday was one of them days where I could see like every one of them. Uh,
I can't say I get that. I don't know. I do get where I like jump in the shower or something. You see a fucking bruise on you. You're like, what the fuck? Like I've had that a few different times where like also my hips like a big ass fucking bruise and what the fuck did I do? I don't remember running into no shit, but I just say it once in a while. But that's about it.
yeah, no, them things to me are like uh, fucking scrapbook damn near. That's what that would be. That medical record would be just like a scrapbook for me. Yeah. That's the way the scars are. I'm like, yeah,
Oh, I remember that.
I remember you. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones you remember for sure. Shit that burns you. Remember that too.
The dumb shit, the fun stuff, totally innocent moments. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, man. There's like 3 people sick today at work. Yeah, 7-degree day in the fucking early March. Like, oh, yeah, imagine that. You guys aren't feeling well, huh? Like, wow.
Yeah, that's always a fun subject. Is it really sickness? Because that's when the sickness does really come out. But
Oh, I'm gonna give one dude shit for sure tomorrow. If he's back, I don't know. He's supposedly pretty sick, I guess. Fucking first like real nice day to ride your motorcycle, and then he rides motorcycle. Like, oh yeah, he's sick.
them guys don't fuck around, man. Soon as weather breaks, man, them dudes that ride the bikes, man, they're fucking. They can be 20 as long as there ain't no snow on the ground, sun's out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, them guys are out there for sure. What's beautiful? What's beautiful?
I don't mind him. I had the doors open in the shop and shit. Didn't have to wear a coat. Yeah.
I got shorts on.
He's like, "Oh, there's gonna be more winter yet." I just like I just let it roll right off my shoulder, and I act like I don't even hear him. Fucking,
Yeah,
I'm in,
we're supposed to
I'm
get
into spring already, dude. You can fuck off with your snow piles. Like all ours are melted, and it's spring. So
supposed to get a bad storm fucking here in a little bit.
yeah, rain though. It's I'm for the rain. I don't have to shovel
That
rain.
was the funny thing. All right, Mr. Smiley. That's another thing I've said that I think nobody believed, and then it happened just like the other day. I was the one of the nice gentlemen there at Walmart that was like, yeah, it should be winter. In fact, I remember last week should have had my camera out. It's fucking 70 degrees, middle of the day, 1 o'clock in the morning, thunder, lightning, snow. I'm like, yeah, when I had thunder snow, it was awesome. It was beautiful. It's like, yeah, fucked up. And I'm like, I'm glad it melted. But yeah, thunder snow. It was beautiful, especially over the lake. You could see it for miles.
It makes me feel better knowing though, like as warm as the winter we had, it's still like yeah, the one in like 1976 was the other record for that. So there's if there is a cycle, I mean that's good 50 years or whatever. And, you know what I'm saying?
Like
Like,
a couple years in a row, and then I don't know, man. I've seen some
it's
pretty
more
crazy
cool down
stuff.
again. We're gonna go back into a colder cycle again, and it'll be fucking blizzards and shit.
There was I forget exactly where it was, but I seen a couple of articles on it, but I didn't necessarily read them, just headlines about they had a flash freezing somewhere down in the southern hemisphere, and I want to say it was in like Asian, one of the Asian type countries down that latitude, where they had a flash freezing and like all these fucking birds just dropped and froze to death.
No shit.
Yeah. And so I watched this cat called Suspicious Observers, and he's very credible. He basically it's like sun science and shit like that, solar bullshit. And but he's been talking a lot lately about remember that movie Day After Tomorrow where the oceans kind of stopped circulating and shit froze. He's like,
Huh.
yeah, he heads
Well,
up
it's funny
on
you
that.
say
we're
that
not
because
we're not funny, we're not far from it. So
it's funny you say that because like while it's like we're warm, it's 70 degrees, right? California, there's like blizzards and shit going on. Like they're getting fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, what is this world, dude? Like California's supposed to have the 70s. We're supposed to have the blizzards. Like, what the fuck?
fucking I seen Joel Northstar, he posted wherever he was or near wanting to be above 5,000 feet elevation there. They were getting 5 to 12 foot of snow in fucking like 24 hours. I'm like, no, and he wanted to see it. I'm like, no. You better have everything and then some to be going, yeah, come on, 5 to 12. I got your ass. You better have the fucking front end loader warming up and the fucking you know what I
Mountain
mean?
snow is way different, dude. Mountain snow is way different. I know that. That shit gets deep fast. That's insane to think too. Like fucking feet, you know, like it's boom.
See more cuts. I was just talking about you earlier, brother, and you're the Eagle Knievel there. Nice little one again. So you want to see the other two? I ain't gonna show you the two that aren't up potted. I dropped 3 of those, and the one is still questionable back there. The other one today, I kind of made that call that I'll show you her. She's not as bushy though as
Oh, you're
the
gonna call the run?
huh?
You're gonna call the run?
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
runt. What's a runt? Runt's the best fucking plant in the bunch.
that's what I always thought you said. I was like, I'm not against it.
No, no,
I got
no.
one possibly gonna call too, but I don't know.
Well, see, this one. All right. Well, they've just been worked different. See, because this is the one that's questionable here. Okay. And this one was off in the other room, but nice structure. You know, there's nothing wrong with this structure.
The branch really
I
well.
mean, boom, 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 boom. She's pretty all the way up. She has been topped the one time, and I've let these grow up. You know, so she's pretty. Nothing wrong with this structure. Just was question mark, so it didn't get the attention. You know what I mean? It just put that time and effort into, you know what I mean? Unless you know 100%, you can let her do her thing. But even at this, like a lot of these have already been these branches. Now that I know female, I'll go through and I'll bend these all down. Boom. You know, I'll pinch it right there, pinch it right here, pinch it right here. You know what I mean? Just start, yeah. You know, that's all good and great. These plants love that shit. Don't ever fucking think they don't. They love them. So this one, see, and again, so I'm not.
They love getting special attention. Yes.
So that's this one's just been identified. So this is one. This is the other girl. Is your other girl right here, Mr. Smiley? So.
Ooh, she got up potted. Look at that bushy thing.
She's already in the 3. Okay.
That's like 80.
Look at how pretty she is. Same age, Smiley. Okay, and she's been topped the once up here. You know, she has been topped. The only difference is, as you can see, as I spin it around, these branches have already been bent. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can really, them all. This is already straight out. You know, I come in here and fucking daily pinch them, bend them down. You see the square. I don't know if you can. I forget which camera I'm on there.
Trying to lean in like I can get
backwards, something. You see, but yeah, this one's already been trained. This one's already been manipulated, so all this can grow back up. But they're the same age. This girl,
Oh, that one hasn't gotten up potted, and it has a lot less leaves on it. Looks like you stripped it pretty good.
well, no, I think that was a lot of the up potting too, and I do strip. And I talk about that's part of it. So for me, every day when I go into, and I water or not, my intentions are to look these girls over and pull off 1 to 2, no more than that, leaves a day. I want to look her over, spin it, the 2 biggest leaves or ugliest leaves. Click, click, done for the day. So I don't usually do a whole lot of heavy de-leafing. So that one is more been in a cluster of the 1 gals tighter. You know what I mean? So straighter up to where this one was identified earlier, got up potted, spread out, and it just had more light versus being all crammed together. That's the difference. So not necessarily the stripping or whatever, it's the earlier up pot and then being separated so they're not as tight as,
Yeah,
is what happened. Yeah, she's pretty and she stinks
he's
in a
pretty.
good way. So I can't wait to get this bad girl, flower and then get back.
What's she stinking like?
She's kind of like skunky. She's loud. She's loud. That one, what's funny though is that one that I showed you there is louder. Here's another one that's already been beat up. There's another one that's already been beat up, but she was only beat up like yesterday. So you see that top.
Yeah,
But this is the small.
good out too.
But yeah, that one got slightly beat up today, but they all look good. That's it's time though. That's all I'm saying though.
Yeah.
That's the difference in all of these. It's just they identified earlier, got up. Since Mr. Seymour Cuts is in chat,
Yeah,
this is again. I don't put the Eagle Knievel in them. I just put it's Eagle. These are Eagles. Just one. I know what they are. I'll tell them. But in my book right now, they're Eagles. But
I'm excited for those two, man. That Screaming Eagle I heard was really killer. I think Tommy Trichomes has that one.
I'm fucking loud. I've heard a lot of good things about that too. So this is one of the Screaming Eagles that's been potted. Man, wider leafed. Again, nice and stinky. I can't wait for that. So this is one you want to see. This is man, this is the PB and J.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of took a minute, but she's a little bushy girl right there. A little nice, ready for a lot of cuts. You see all them branches? That's what I'm saying right there. There. If I'll take a couple clones of these. I know I can get another one, but I do like.
Them out. I don't care.
I do like this one. I'm not gonna hand it out. I'm just taking these for myself.
It needs to get out there, man. It's fucking shit.
This, I believe, is another eagle. There's this one I just showed you. Hold on. No. Wait. No, that's one. Yeah, that's one I just showed you. Yeah. What we got here? This is the strawberry brulee. Right here. From North Star Genetics. This is
the bush and mountain. This is working good.
This is your ghost right here.
Oh,
nice little bushers. Get some cuts out of there. And let me see. This is another strawberry brulee from North Star. Right there. And again, man, you look down in there, man. Them branches are bent to shit. Look at this one right here. I can get it. It goes like this.
Oh, nice. It definitely is more aggressive tech, and yeah, I don't know. They all the different techniques kind of have a little different traits on the plant. It seems like too.
Even these ones I got. Here's probably a nice little batch of these back there. Here's another. I guess I dropped more because this is the number. This is 4 of the Smileys here. Sitting in
it too. So it needs a little bit, but
yeah, she just needs enough pot is all she needs.
Yep.
This is all reused soil. Some
really?
been reused. Yes, I remended it a little bit with some like rejuvenate stuff, but hasn't been too bad. Not as the other ones are a fresh bag. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of girls back there. And, so this is another thing I want to bring up, Smiley, while we're talking about plants and shit, is I see this in a lot of people too. That I see this when they're like, oh, that plant, this one's blue. It's this is the screaming eagle. I wonder. So here's a couple of things. Here's like an example of the purpling in veg. Bam. See the purple there.
Okay.
And again, you know what I mean? These out of all of them, I bet you it's coldest leaf. If I would go over there with the fucking, you know what I mean? It's probably the coldest one on there. I thought, yeah. So I see people in a lot talk about like, ooh, you see that? That's something special. That variation. That's a screaming eagle too, by the way. That variation, that crazy shit going on in that leaf.
Oh, gotcha.
That turn. You see how the one side of that's all yellow? Oh my god, it's fucking special. No, that's a pH swing. That's it's nothing more than a pH swing. There's no, you know what I mean? That's not a characteristics or you know what I mean? That's something went squirrely in that pot for a second. That's not, you know what I mean? It's not a variant.
Or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's something special in that. You see that lead, the curling and the yellowing on the one side of that? No, that's just a bad spot in time. It's not a reason to, single that girl out, call her special. I mean, she could be special. I'm not taking credit for her. I haven't smoked it. She hasn't went the distance. I'm not saying that. But I wouldn't let that pH curl or the different in that leaf, be that's my reason for selection right there. There's got to be something special and weird about that girl that I got to keep. And I've seen that in a lot of fucking communities and people talk, and I always giggle and go, well, you've never seen a quick pH dip or swing real quick, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
This is one too, been stuck in the group, cold. This is a screaming eagle. More of that veg purpling.
They're probably cold because them leaves are dying, it looks like.
Well, no, these are from like pre-tent. So when they came, all this nicer stuff, this is the temperature change that we were talking about. This is from pulling it from that cool room over there, struggling. And this now is 1 week in a fucking warmer room.
Totally changed around.
How long has it been since it's been a minute since you gave me them clones, and it's nothing to do with the genetics or nothing like that. It's because they've been in the cooler, stagnant room. Just like everything else, man. I take it in here and give it a little bit of love. Literally walk by and go all day. Green came out like fucking yeah. That's it.
That's probably it too.
That is it.
Shit, they love that for sure. Well, fuck, man, I hate to do this, but it's way past my bedtime now.
Oh, I knew it. I seen it. I checked. I seen it at 10:10 and thought I was still lucky to have you at that point.
It's always good hanging out, dude. I hope somebody else hops in for you.
If not, then I'll go to the gym. No worries.
Yeah.
Not the time lost is utilized.
Shit. Let us know how that comes out with the run through the woods too.
This week starts 12. 12's the number now.
All right, man. We're with you, dude. I know you can do it. So.
Well, I appreciate the support, and it helps, man. It really does.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people cheering you on.
Yeah. Have a good day, good week, brother. I'll see you Thursday, hopefully.
Peace out.
Peace. Yes, Mr. Smiley. It's always good talking with him. Appreciate him. Been here for a very, very long time, as many of you have. Man, I can't believe here and what's today officially March 4th, coming up on the 5th. 21 days. 21 days from ending the fourth year, looking bright-eyed into year 5. Fucking wow. I appreciate you guys. What's up, Mr. Icini?
I didn't want to see everyone leave so early, so I thought I'd jump on and keep everyone up for a little bit longer.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, you got to talk to him, Neil, for a second. I got to go pee. Is that cool? You can
Yeah, you're
30,
right.
30 seconds, a minute, just like right there. Good. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
so, cheers, chat. I can actually see the chat today because I'm sat in front of the big screen. So, cheers, Angel, Buddha Boy, Ned Denver, martial artist, Evil 24, Supreme Great, Megan. All the gang is here as usual. John, cheers, mate. Yeah. See Smiley jumping out early. Thought, wow. I'm not ready to go to bed yet.
So what are you smoking on tonight?
This one is strawberry, I think. That purple one, or the 3 purple ones that I've done. Speaking of purple plants, in my opinion, it it it's got the purple. Maybe not smoking it so much. Don't know whether it's gonna, but if you was to digest it and consume it that way, it would signal pathways inside you that would offer you the protection. The same as it's offering the plants UV protection, it would also offer you UV protection. So you consuming the purple stuff, you would your body would put that to some UV protection abilities. Like natural sunscreen. But
What the anthocyanin that creates the purple, right?
yeah, the anthocyanins.
That's something like you're saying too. I've noticed that is well something super healthy for us. You know, and they tell you that you can look for the same qualities and colors in vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. You kind of want to taste colors for certain reasons, health reasons. Of the purples and greens all have different. And they say you should mix up that variety too.
As they say, you should consume 30 plants a day to sort of, it's not really hard when you think about it. Yeah, with you can include spices and everything else in that, but the colors and everything else and the phytochemicals are what actually keeping us healthy. And it's not just us that are relying on these signals either. It's our microbiome. The microbes. You can change your whole digestion. If you're having problems with your digestion and you've got an imbalance in your gut system, you could, just something like a quercetin or some flavonoid can send a whole signal across your microbes, and they would just change their pattern of behavior. But it's crazy sometimes. It's like everything is like codes. We're consuming codes, and it's just information to a specific process and pathway. But yeah, I like purple. I like colors.
You just kind of struck a chord with me by what you said there. We all know that chasing just the THC, singularly molecule chasing or selecting is kind of taken away from the whole experience and effectiveness of the cannabis there. So I'm you can't transfer, energy can't necessarily be done with. It's transferred. You know what I mean? Limited amount of energy, whatever energy you have is what you have, and it's delegated throughout whatever systems you have. And if one system is using more energy, then the rest of the doesn't get as much. You know what I mean? You're not getting.
So yeah, checks and balances. Is levels to everything.
So as we for THC, I think we're producing a lot less of like flavonoids and shit like that. You know what I mean? In the plant that, like you're kind of saying, could pair and amplify, the effects of the lower THC and shit. I think that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Not just it's the delivery systems, the oils that we all know that it's fat soluble. So when you remove the fats and the lipids out of the plants and stuff, maybe we're not we're doing the way I look at it is Mother Nature put that together in a nice neat little package and assembled it in a fashion that this complements this, and this is complementing that, and it's all designed to be delivered all together. And that's and it's all about variety, really. It's the same with everything.
I think that's why we see a difference and we've talked about that here on the channel many times too, the difference in the high of a plant that's producing seeds versus the same plant at Sensimillium. It might have a good high, but it may not be a lasting high, where that seeded plant had a more sedative, more lasting high to it. And I think that's because it's, in the seed making process, producing more fats and lipids and stuff that it wants to pass on for nutrition to the seed. So I think, again, as we select higher and higher for THC, we're taking away from more flavonoid energy, more lipids, that could fucking help amplify the overall effect. So by choosing in singularity greeting, this is what we want. This is what we want. I think we're taking it further and further away from the medicine. I want to follow that up with I watched a thing the other day about cannabis. It was a Vice. It was produced last night. Vice and cannabis with children with autism, and they were taking the chance of getting these kids with oil, you know what I mean, and being the effectiveness. My opinion is, again, the changing of the molecules for whatever reasons we've been known or trained to deal with. And every research thing that I've seen is the better medical benefits we can have for cannabis is in more of its raw earth state, juicing it, eating it. So there's got to be a fucking better way to get that goddamn oil and shit out of the plant without producing heat, so we can keep it in more of the natural form. You know what I mean? Get that oil out there without taking it further down the fucking chain and wasting more and more of the overall good medicine that we need.
Well, it's squashing it. That's cold. What cold pressed. Just the same as you buy an essential oil. The best ones are cold pressed. You're not going to get all of it because some of it's water soluble. And some of it's not going to come out unless you'd have to process that material in multiple different ways to get everything out of it, unless you just consume the whole plant as it is. And then but when we're talking about oils and medicine, from my understanding, you want both. You want the activated and the unactivated parts. So it's all. I find it's best to before I distill or activate some, I'll separate some keep it separate. So when I recombine it back all together, I've got both. I've got activated and unactivated. That's for myself. Obviously not. Well, for the wife, I'm doing the same with the CBD. Obviously, she can't have activated THC, but if I could manage to get her some unactivated THC, maybe we would try that in little increments, maybe.
Well, with that being said, too, I think there does need to be some trace amounts of, and well, maybe it could get it, maybe that could say with fats and lipids, keeping it longer in the system. But in my opinion, that CBD has needed and does need some THC to keep it in your system a little bit longer. That's all, you know what I mean? Keep it fighting the THC, keep it working in your body a little bit longer, because CBD by itself kind of is an up and down. You know what I mean? You got to keep at it. And I think that's where a lot of people fail with CBD too, is they don't keep the system primed. One time, it doesn't work. Well, then you keep it in your system for a few days, and you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, my thoughts on that are like yourself. I would prefer if my wife would consume it like a medicine. She'd get up and I prefer it to slap it on as what rub it, massage it in, take it orally, whatever. Just get it in you. Ain't gonna hurt you. It can't do you any harm. So, but she's concerned with the cost, and and she's always got this back in her head. I don't want to become dependent on something else. Yeah, because it's like she was still in two minds about whether to take it originally to begin with, because cannabis, and she doesn't really react well to cannabis. But it's when she tried it, sort of almost I peer pressured her into it. Me and my son, we're like, all the research is saying it's miracle stuff for seizures. So just try it. Ain't gonna hurt you. You're not gonna get off your head. You're not gonna get stoned. You ain't got nothing to worry about. We're gonna be with you. And she tried it, and we were like, wow, that. She was having 30 seizures a day at the time, and and that just sort of like she took it, and we could see the next seizure she had wasn't a full-on thing. That was just her face was all contorted, almost like it had minimized it and had shrunk it down. And then we realized she'd gone hours now. She hadn't even had one. So that instantly turned me into a believer. But before this, and it was personal to me, I was in the line of, I don't want CBD because it's going to degrade my THC high. So I want to get high, so I don't want CBD. That was always the case when I was looking at weed to buy. It was like, I want the lower CBD numbers if I want it for what I wanted it for. But yeah, when it became personal and my wife, and I see it actually physically works almost instantly in front of my eyes, that was changing. And and I'll preach it now to anyone.
For me, I'd seen CBD entered my radar, and again, I heard of it and believed in it, but it hadn't personally affected me until my daughter Lexi's car crash. I've talked about that several times, and her dealing with the anxiety and stuff like that. And I seen the impact that it had on her, and it definitely made me a believer. But I hadn't been there to where I had that relationship, and I was right there with you, brother, where I wanted my weed to get me high. I needed to feel it for the medicine to be actually kind of be working, or whatever. And then I grew out some blueberry quiescenta by hold on there. He's right on the tip of my tongue. Damn it. I'll have to get back to that. I'm sorry, but I had put that out there. I got some Lexi using it, and I had patients give me a lot of great feedback on it. And then one day I had a fucking panic attack, and I decided to grab that fucking jar and smoke one. And again, it didn't get me high, but what it did do was fucking just annihilate my fucking stress. Literally within puffs, I could just feel the fucking just, you know what I mean? And then that kind of made me rethink, you know what I mean? The whole what is the medicine, or how is it, you know what I mean? Do I need the high or whatever? Or what is it? What is high? Is high being, a relief from pain? You know what I mean? Is that, so I don't know. There definitely has CBD has its own place 100%. Um, but yeah, I see more benefits with a little bit of THC in there. But I understand people, not everybody can have that. And in this case, and they were talking about the moms with the autism, and I could see, the THC tons of benefits, slowing them down. You know what I mean? Getting them concentrate and all that. They were like, they had some, you know, does it matter to you that it's a THC in there and it could get high? And they start naming off all the pluses, and they're like, well, it gets a little high, and then we get all this too. Fuck it. Bring it on. You know what I mean? Let it be comfortable. And it was awesome to kind of see some parents open, because you do see that, taboo. You know what I mean? When you talk about the use with children and shit like that. Oh, I can't have no THC. You know what I mean? It's got to be CBD. But sometimes THC has a place in the equation there for sure.
Yeah, I would totally believe it. But from what sorry, from what I can understand, obviously I'm growing a CBD strain. There's a majority CBD is 17% or 15%, whatever, and it's got a minuscule amount of THC. Obviously, my wife can handle that. It's she just anything sort of, what I would consume would set her off in a anxiety sort of fashion. And yeah, but I believe the THC, the minuscule amount is obviously doing something, but there are other compounds that can magnify the effect of that little amount of THC, can times tens it. If I think a lot what these CBD strains where we're getting
That
low.
was THCG, right? That they found trace molecules could amplify the THC times 10, something like that.
Yeah, I would imagine there's probably new ones yet to be discovered, and probably not even it's not even going to be cannabinoids. It's going to be things like flavonoids and terpenes and these other things that are also in the plant as well, that are also going to be affecting the way our bodies are processing it, essentially, whether it amplifies it or it antagonizes it. I think we're on a, it's great because there's still stuff, and the science has now got a lot more opened, and it's almost like we've been given an upgrade with our understanding, with AI helping along the way. I wouldn't say it's the be all and end all, but the way we're progressing now, we've now got another levels. We can see further into things. We can see more things. We've discovered more things now. which has opened up a lot of more avenues for us to get excited and find new stuff. And that's what we all really love. That's why we keep growing different strains. We just don't grow the constants. You know, we all want new flavors and everything else because, you know, it's, I don't know, it's part of it. Yeah, it's about getting as much difference and variety. And I think that's one of the things that this is, it always leaves you wanting some more, something new, you know, but you don't want to go away from it. You want the same, but you want different and experiencing. It's I don't know.
Holy shit, that storm I was talking about a few minutes is here. While you were talking, I just felt the house like shift. And now it sounds like fucking hail beating on that window right there. Holy shit. That's all I can say to whatever's going on outside. I can tell that's a fucking mess. That's a nasty Michigan swing right there. Whatever's going on outside this wall ain't pretty.
Did you read the comment I made earlier about running? Because you can remember that story you made about your pee being funny after doing a long run.
I did not.
But you put it down to the beet juice or whatever it was you were consuming that changed. Right. I was watching something and looking at something earlier, and it made me think of you. And there's things that can turn your pee a funny colour, you know, and how to diagnose certain things. And there's a common thing with runners, and it's called impact hematolysis. Yeah, whereas if you run on concrete for long periods of time, you damage the cells in the feet and it goes into your piss as a way of getting rid of it.
Really?
Yeah. So that could be a reason why your piss is red, is because you're damaging your feet from all that fucking running you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I could show you some shit. My fucking heel on my right foot from all the running has they're like white rice spots that fucking sometimes, man, that heel fucking hurts like a mother, and I just kind of got to run through it, and the pain will cease after a while. But kind of looked into it, and it's an average problem with runners, and that shit's it's just like diagnosis, deal with that shit. So I've been putting it. I tell you, then I'm glad to get here there, but man, I gotta thank cannabis, cannabis topicals, the people that have given me topicals, Sacred Gardens. I've had some from a few contests that I've judged. Hope Farms and heard that bomb stick she sends. That shit right there, man, them topicals, I'd be fucked up, man. If it wasn't being able to put that on my heels, greasing my knees every day, fucking pull groin muscles. Topicals are the shit, man. Fucking daily use of topicals are so underrated for pain. I mean, we just literally people think about this and oil, you know what I mean? To where you get in there good with a good topical that you find works with you. Fuck yeah, Upper Michigan, Northern Michigan, Bud Nick. But yeah, I don't. How do you feel about topicals? I mean, you suffer from body aches and stuff like that? You rely on just the oil, or do you make topicals and stuff?
I don't make topicals, but I ain't opposed to just dumping a bit of RSO on my knee with a certain and just rubbing that in and letting that all absorb in there. You know, if I got a mole or something, or just put a dab of RSO.
It does. Well, I do smoke with some of my RSO, like blather up a paper with it, and but I definitely one things I find work really good for pain laugh if you want to. That roach joint at the end of the day or in the morning, they fucking, and for pain, seems to help immensely with pain. Or reclaim from the micro mini there. You know, something that again a little further down the line, what to that G, fucking works great for a nice quick relief of some like extreme pain.
I don't really, because I was addicted to morphine and benzos, which I was being given for pain. So when I kicked all the pharmaceuticals, I learned that pain is a thing that you can build up a tolerance to. And when you in daily pain, should I say, you can it becomes part of your life, and I don't know, you either get on with it or you fucking don't. There are times when, yeah, I'm screaming, and the only thing I can do is take some fucking Tylenol, and it seems strange because that's it. Because with my pain comes heat. You know, I seem to burn up. You know, and I go through a weird sort of episodes, should I say, when it gets too much, and my whole body will sort of like shut down and sort of like go into a weird fucking purge, and fucking, you know, I'm gonna start being sick. I'm gonna start fucking trying to dump stuff out my body because my body don't know what's going on, and it's just hurting all over. But the only thing that I can find that will ever work for that type of pain is being unconscious, being asleep. So when pain gets too much for me, I go sleep, and that's the only way. And normally, you know, touch on wood, 9 times out of 10, that's the magic cure. I'll wake up and I don't feel, look, you know, I might be exhausted and withdrawn and everything because I've gone through a bout of maybe hours of being sick and everything, whilst my body's like, I don't know what's going on, you know, until I've managed to get down and go to sleep and switch off to it all. It's just, but yeah, I, like I said, I pull my own teeth out, Eagle. I don't go to the dentist. I'll just pull them out. You know, pain is, sometimes I find that's a weird addictive pain too. Like if I got a loose wobbly tooth, I'll play with it for ages. I'm like, yeah, that hurts a little bit, but that's quite nice. It's weird, and before I pull it out, but yeah, it's, I don't know, pain, fuck pain. You know, like I say, it is a it's a mental thing, I think, as well.
It's an emotion just like anything else. You can control it. If you can stop yourself from laughing, you can stop yourself from. I laugh a lot, man. I fucking, when I make, I could, yeah, a lot of people know me. If I really hurt myself, it's the Homer Simpson, or I laugh. I literally will laugh at myself, just like, you know, that was a good one. You know, I do get a weird kind of crazy laugh through that pain to kind of deal with it. I've tricked my mind into, yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know. Sometimes, you know, when I'm pulling out my teeth, sometimes, you know, I'll be jumping up and down. Don't get me wrong, you know. But I'll push through it, and I'll do it. But yeah, sometimes maybe I'm jumping up and down until the tooth's out, and then it's like instant relief, you know. All that. Normally, I'll only do that if it gets abscessized. You know, if there's an abscess in there or whatever that's coming out. Fuck, you know, I ain't gonna know. Like I've had a bad experience. Dentists will try and kill you. In my opinion, well, they've tried to kill me.
Well, that motherfuckers just damn near had my jaw paralyzed. If you don't remember, not too long ago when they worked on this tooth back over here, I couldn't move this side of my jaw for a month and a half. I was literally fucking shoving. I couldn't even open my mouth to put my fingers in there. Literally couldn't even do that for a month and a half. You know what I did? Because I went in there and they tried all their dumb little tricks and tried not to take credit for it, pinching that nerve and locking that motherfucker up. I was remodeling the gym, and the lady that we're family or something there says, I had that sweet old lady too. She literally says this to me. I had that happen to me one time because she caught me. I was in the like I was looking the other direction, eating a jelly filled donut. As I was trying to smush it down with my lips, it was like filling my hand full of the fucking jelly, and I was not letting anybody say it. She's like, "What you know?" She kind of asked me about it. I told her what was going on. She's like, "I had that happen one time. Fucking, I got it unstuck." And I'm like, "No." She's like, "I took pill bottles and I put different sizes in there, pry it open. Every day I'd do a different size bottle, pry it open a little bit more." So after all that bullshit, I took a fucking kitchen spoon, with longer kitchen spoons, and I started to do that. And I'll be damned, that's how I got a fucker unstuck, was prying it open a little bit every fucking day. Why they were going, I don't know what I can do here. Like, you want to go to a special ed? It's going to be another month. I'm like, yeah. Fuck, I went back in there. Literally, they wanted to work on another tooth, and I was like, I looked that motherfucker in the eye. I'm like, I got that jaw unstuck. You want to know how I did it? He looked at me like I was fucking nuts. I stood up out of that chair while he was acting all high mighty, and he was like this tall. I mean, yeah, he could see my dismay. He was all apologetic. As you crazy motherfucker, you pied your jaw open, huh? Yes, sir, I did. Otherwise, it'd still be stuck. Thank you for not giving a shit, though.
Have you seen them people that have had that have got joints or whatever locked up, and they've gone to a physio or a rheumatologist? These people that know about your movements and how it, if one leg's slightly longer than the other, sort of thing, that you'd be slightly misaligned and stuff, or your brain could be just blocked from a signal. It's not receiving the signal. And I've seen these people, and they'll just touch people in certain locations, yeah, and then get them to move the leg, which they couldn't previously move. Yeah, and it's all because they just tricked their brain into doing this, and they do this a few times, and it ends up rewiring that pathway. And and I reckon it's exactly what happened with your jaw. Your brain just got confused and lost the ability to, and you manually moving it, is reset your brain's position of where your jaw is. It is crazy how some, these little neurons and signals that we can actually trick, or that, that are doing things to us we're not even aware of, that someone could just sort of like poke you somewhere and distract your brain, and then that'll just be a distraction signal which allows something else to fire off. I think it's quite amazing. I love hearing all these sort of things and discoveries.
The body works in weird ways. It really does. I believe there are pressure points like that. One of them. You ever hear of I think Brett Anderson, I think may even be, but tapping on the body. You ever hear of tapping?
Yeah, it's the same
different
thing.
shit. Yeah, the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's as well as you can use like a massage, a vibrator as well, and just on certain parts of your body that are stiff, and eventually just that vibration is touching the nerves under your skin, and then it's your brain will suddenly be like, oh, I can remember you're there, you know, like something that was, say you got a numb part. Yeah, eventually you can bring the signals back to your brain will eventually feel it, but you know, it's like a tapping sort of thing or vibration. You just got to stimulate the nerve. You know, you probably electrocute yourself or, you know, do electrolysis and all sorts of things.
Yeah. I looked into it a little bit when again when Lexi went through her bouts with anxiety there, man. It was, you know, as a parent, there's nothing worse than watching your children suffer and you're not being able to do anything about it. Even worse when they're younger babies, you know what I mean? They can't even spit it out into fucking words. But even when they're older and shit, there's just you can't there's nothing you can do. It's really shitty. But when she was going through that anxiety and farm we none of us, even especially her, wanted anything to do with the pharmaceutical routes to deal with it. We looked into everything. CBD was absolutely one of the most beneficial things we come across. But I did look into everything from tapping to fucking, you know, counting backwards and all kinds of things to deal with stress and anxiety. But there's a you know, it's amazing how the different methods, different ways we can trick our bodies like that. Like you're saying, 100%. Yeah, we dive into pills and every other fucking snake oil, right?
You know, the power of the mind, you know, what the, you know, the medical industry are calling the placebo effect. You know, what what do we really, how can we explain this? You know, I think all this stuff is, you know, it is the power of our minds, and we do have the ability to heal ourselves with thoughts, and we can send. We just don't know how, and with you know, it's been removed from our teachings, and you know, and I love discovering all this sort of wisdom and information. And as you get older, you sort of you tend to realize more and more how much all the stuff that we do is important to the, you know, the outcome. You know, cause and effect is, but that's why I love this cannabis community, because we're just like, we're just out there looking for answers to everything, you know, and it is weird. It's like we are so open minded as a community that there's a lot of, I don't know, it's, I find it really interesting having conversations with people, because you know, I can discover a lot of stuff just talking to people and learning from other people and just experiencing. I'm just, I don't know, mate. I'm just happy to be alive and enjoying shit.
I'm there with you 100%. You know, you give me, and that's cannabis. It makes that possible too, because you give me a fucking good joint in almost any kind of documentary. I don't even give a fuck what it's about, as long as it's got a decent narrator and they like, you know what I mean. I will give it a shot. Conspiracy video, same. You know what I mean? Great conversations with people like you're saying that, you know, believe in whatever. As long as they're fired up about it, you can, you know, yeah, tell me, hit this joint, tell me. You know what I mean?
That's why I've been watching like Manly P Hall video I sent you. You know, it just, it was inspirational, and it made me feel like he's explained a lot of life and everything about how we seek out this companionship because we're just lonely. you know, and we're always seeking this gratification of, I don't know, you know, I love learning about myself because, you know, I still feel young to all this because, as I explained on my thing, I was oblivious to life. I was just cruising through it and, you know, just doing what everyone else is doing, uh, feeding the system. But you know, in the last 10 years, or I'd say 20 years now, probably, it's life's just an experience. I just want to keep experiencing every day and just doing different stuff, learning, and that's that's what I like doing now is learning. Doesn't really matter what it is, essentially. But generally, I've got my interest, and it's normally sort of health and just being healthy and living a good life and being self sufficient and things. So that's all the stuff that I'm really interested in learning. And I find this like just sitting here talking to you. I just talk fucking for hours, mate. Just about just going out and being happy and living life and just experiencing and I don't know, it's just being the best you can ever fucking be, and you know, still trying. I'm still trying. I'm not boasting that I'm good at anything because I'm probably shit at a lot of stuff, but I'm trying, and that's I don't know.
I ran into a lady the other day that has probably our same type of attitude about learning. And it's the same. It brought a huge smile to me because it was the same attitude I've always had since a small kid. And I walk into this place and they're like, yeah, the fryer's down. There's a little like specialty fryer. You can only cook like a batch of fries in it at once. It's like this own little, it's a commercial unit, but whatever. She's like, yeah, I've just been watching YouTube videos on try to fix it. She's like, well, if I can't fix it, it was already broke. And I learned something. And I'm like, I love that attitude. That's always been with you with vacuums, microwave, stereos, whatever. I'm opening it up. Let's see the problem. Maybe I can order the part. Maybe something's loose. I don't know. Let me give me a shot. If not, it's already broken and it can go to fucking garbage anyway. At least I learned how it worked, or you know what I mean? What was inside that little fucking case? No. Yeah, I'm there. I'm right there with you, brother.
I've destroyed plenty of toys when I was a kid because my parents used to buy me stuff. And I would just put it apart, even though it wasn't broken, because I wanted to see how it worked. I suppose I'm a little bit like that now. When I find something that I'm interested in, I want to know the ins and outs of it and see how it works. And that's, you know, I apply that to the cannabis and everything else. If I'm looking into something, I want to know exactly how it works, and I'll go right back down to the cellular level. And generally, I normally apply because I picked up a lot of knowledge about how the human body works and how our cellular processes work, and I've generally applied that into cannabis. And yeah, that stuff's changing every day, and there's new stuff coming out. I keep reading stuff that you know, the algorithm. I'm sure Google or you know my phone's algorithm, whatever it is. Yeah, it just throw me shit to read and keep me occupied every day because I go onto the news thread or whatever, and I don't get news about Ukraine or anything like that shit. I'm getting news about fucking new microorganisms and bugs that are being discovered that can, you know, and it is cool because, you know, like I said, I'm learning shit all the time. And like I said, this technology is innate, you know, 20 years ago. I wouldn't have had all this information because, you know, we were just limited to books we could get from the library, you know, if you wanted, and then you were lucky if you could find anything you were looking for, you know. And now it's all at our fingertips. You don't even have to go looking for it now. You just it's prompted at you. Yeah, I do want to learn this today. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy learning anything. I do. I'm one of them people that if you don't fucking even if, I was saying that the other night, even if it's a stupid fact, word, or whatever, you know what I mean? It's yeah, expand. Yeah, you're only gonna do anything but help you. Yeah. What are you smoking on tonight over there? One like this Bruce Banner.
Actually, me, sorry. Yeah, I got a mixed jar of. You can't really see the colour in it, see, unless I turn my shit round. Yeah, it's blueberry muffin there, totally purple all the way through, leaf and buds. That's from Agnes Beckett. That one. He goes around in the chat sometimes. I think it's a Humboldt seeds. We've got a bit of the strawberry. You see that one on on the show. Got some Kong's Crush in here. Got some Platinum Asset. It's all in a jar. And I just pick nugs out. I'm actually looking for the Kong's Crush at the minute because that's the terpiest bit that I've got. It leaves a flavour in my mouth for a good hour. I could go like that and you can taste it. You know.
Nice.
That's the other bits all smell quite nice, and but they don't leave that flavour in your mouth, almost like fake terps or something.
You know, it was like 2000. Yeah, it was 2008. I helped start, or we tried to start, one of the first dispensaries, at least in mid Michigan, at least in knowingly in Genesee County. Oh, and it was the CRI, the Cannabis Research Institute, is what we called the place. And we had we had a doctor once a week. We had a place for people to sit and chill and watch movies, consume cannabis, and a gym. But we also had a farmer's market in the back there. And we'd let other people come in and table their genetics or what they had in their gardens. But we also housed, what we grew and sold. But we always would take like the ends of jars and would mix it together in a jars like that. We always called it our Turkish blend. And marked it down a little bit because it was mixed up like that. And it was always one of the first the jars to be gone. People always loved the blend. You know what I mean? They loved their favorite strain, but they didn't mind that blend at all. And picking through, and it was like a little treasure hunt for them. You know what I mean? You'd get a fucking good nug of this or that, but people always loved the mixed jar there.
There's a variety, isn't it? Because you get sick of smoking. I do. I like to switch it up. I like to make. I don't like to smoke two joints in a row of the same. If I if I don't have to, it's, and keeping it all in one jar. I ain't got to go, opening up lots of different jars every time I want a joint. Something different. I'd have to have like 10 jars sitting next to me constantly if I wanted to keep switching it up. So yeah, I like to. Some occasionally, I might just pull out a few single bits, or if I'm curing something, I might let's see, like this one here. I think it's all one bit of actually there might be two bits in there. Might just throw stuff in there by accident. But normally, I'll keep it all separate until it's cured. and generally that'll just get thrown in. I'll just drop the fuck shit everywhere. A little infrared light there I've got. And there's my last.
Damn it, I'm fucking muted. Muted this whole time. I was asking you if you what are your thoughts on downsizing the jar as like when you like holding on to a few strains like that, or you know what I mean, keeping it separate. You know, I find if you don't downsize that jar with it as it gets empty, it'll get airy and stagnant more often. So I usually downsize it as it gets empty to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I like the little small ones. These are generally, I take if I'm going like to my sons or somewhere like that, and I'm taking a bit with me for a day. This would be what I consume this jar in a day. So yeah, I'll fill up one of these jars, and this will see me through the day.
So am I the only weed stoner that once you find the power of the jar like that, now you're obsessively collecting cool little jars, stash jars and shit. Every time you see one, you almost get like, oh yeah, that's a good little weed jar right there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I find
It looks perfect for a roll joint. Like you roll up a bunch of pre-rolls and put them in that jar right there.
Yeah, I should maybe doobies. I wouldn't take a big joint, but I'll take some little doobies. Yeah, these are like the spice jars. I find they're quite good. You know, you give them a good clean out and whatever. I put oils in these as well. I use these to put oils in to mix the oils up.
Right on, brother. Well, we're fucking 11:23, just past the dab hour. I tried to hit it with the dab song, but being the stoner I am, I spaced it off until 23. But I appreciate you popping on and helping take you down the rest of the way there. I gotta fucking get ready to go do my workout for the night. Stay on track with the marathon schedule. I'm crazy.
Just a bit of advice: make sure you got cushioned soles in your shoes, brother. Stop your pee from turning red.
I don't fuck around, man, with the shoes. To be honest with you, there's actually a counter. I keep a run app that keeps track of my distances and my times and all that good shit. And I have different pairs of shoes for in the gym, outside, trail, and it marks those miles on those shoes. So by manufacturer rights and all that good stuff, they say now like 350 miles, 500 tops. You got to change. No matter how good they look, change them bitches. So I've been trying to abide by numbers now. Like when I think they hit that spot, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. That's my walk around shoe now. You know what I mean? I'm not, I spin the uses around to where, like I said, I'm walking around and I ain't gonna throw it out. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? They're still good shoes. I'm just not. So, yeah, I ain't fucking around like that, man. This is, lubing those knees, like I was saying, man. I'm like lathering up every day. Even they're not, terrible, but I'm like, this is the weak link. I don't want to fuck around. I'm with you, man. I got to take care of the equipment if I want to keep fucking going on with this shit. So yeah, I'm taking care. I'm trying my best, brother. I'm trying to change my eating, all that good shit.
Yeah. Well, one thing I know you're gonna hate this, and it's really gonna bum you out. Yeah, what I'm about to say is any more than 30 minutes a day of exercise is not benefiting you. It as towards when they have you heard the term all cause mortality?
Hmm?
Yeah. Well, if you exercise for 30 minutes a day, your all cause mortality decreases, but it starts to increase again after the 30 minutes. So maybe it's something just to bear in mind. Yeah. Like, you know, like a cannabis plant, it's got a finite amount of energy, just the same as we have. Yeah. You don't want to be going burning yourself out now. Yeah. Because you want to keep some of that energy for later on, possibly. Maybe it's something for you to look into and bear in mind going forwards. You might,
I will keep it in mind. I'm, very much open minded about everything training these days. And right now, what the biggest, and you're striking it a little bit as far as a lot of what I'm reading and whatnot, is recovery. I'm very terrible on myself as far as taking days off and shit like that. But, the more I listen to, Buddha, the books, you, Angel, I realize, fucking recovery is just as much important as everything else. You know what I mean? So I'm I'm doing longer sessions now, but immediately next day after something like that, next day I'm like nothing today. You know what I mean? I get my 8 hours, lubing up. I'm gonna try to take care of myself, get a good day of healing in, and then a light day. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get some lighter shit. It isn't boom, boom, boom. It used to be like every day. I didn't give a fuck. I was out there running. Now I'm starting to realize I need recovery, lighter days. It isn't all. You're right. Rest is huge in the equation, which my whole life as I played sports never was a fucking 2 days, more training, more training, more training, more training, more training, more training. You know what I mean? I never even thought about like days of recovery and all that, but it's like you're saying, it's super essential. Live and learn, man. I wish I would have fucking picked it up way earlier in life. you know,
it's a shame, isn't it? That it takes us till we get to around halfway through our life, 50 years of age, or assuming we're going to live to around about 100. Yeah, it takes us this long to realize what's actually fucking we should be doing. And we start to pay attention. It's a shame we don't. I've started to install things in my son, and he's a little bit more health conscious than I was at his age. But I can imagine you, like myself, we just didn't give a shit about health when you're young. You just don't, do you? Think you're invincible. But when you get to 50, you realise no, you're not, and I have to be careful.
why that brings up an interesting, funny point like that. So you're right about the 50-ish thing. So why do we wait or become more health conscious when the scales tipped? You know what I mean? When now we know we're naturally
Yeah,
falling
it's
apart or
true.
degrading. Now we're worried about saving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like It's almost like, oh, the ship's sinking. What am I gonna do?
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
Yeah. It life becomes real to you at 50. Yeah, and how precious and everything else, and how precious it is. That's yeah, I can't say no more than that. Yeah, reality kicks in, and you realize, fuck me, this is amazing. Well, and I need to fucking look after this shit if I want to continue to enjoy this as much as I can.
True statement. All right, brother. We're gonna get you out of here. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you again for popping in. I always enjoy our conversations. Seriously.
Me too. I come on, I talk a load of shit. Well, I say a load of shit, but I just baffle on all the time about this sort of stuff. It's just me. And, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Anytime. I love having you, brother. I'm glad I heard you pop in.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. In the chat. Say goodbye. Piss and puff. I'll let you get to the gym.
Right now.
All right, brother.
Have a good night. Take care, brother.
You too.
With that being said, that does wrap up another episode 834.1. Hopefully, you guys have an amazing week. I look forward to hanging out with you Thursday. I don't think I have anything lined up. In the meantime, I do have some episodes coming up. Mr. Joel wants to come back and talk. I've got Mr. Pietri wants to come back and talk. I've got a few other people kind of being a little more selective these days with some of these episodes, but I hope you enjoy the ones that I take the time out to bring to you guys. I appreciate you guys 100% for continuing to hang out and follow along, support, all that good stuff. I surely fucking wouldn't continue to do this if you guys didn't hang out as much as you do. I've met so many amazing people over the years, and I hope to meet a shit ton of amazing people in the future. With that being said, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, thank you, Smiley, Iceni, for hanging out tonight. I'll see some more of you guys Thursday. Have an amazing week. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives.